afternoon. Welcome to Washington. All right, we've got Bryan College Station in Waco. So quick survey. How many Aggies we got in the room? All right, how many Baylor Bears? That's a pretty good, pretty even battle. All right, what's A&M's football record going to be this year?
9-3.
9-3. I'm not asking Baylor. I got two cousins at Baylor, so Baylor will be getting good learning and maybe a little bit longer of football. But that's all right. Baylor will come back and full.
They're both undefeated right now.
They're both undefeated. Now there is a Texas optimist. That's like the guy that walks in with a pile of manure, starts digging, and says there's got to be a pony in there somewhere. Welcome to Washington. You know, these are interesting times. These are volatile times. I got to say, as crazy as it is, though, we're getting an awful lot accomplished. I think the four big priorities for the Republican president, for the Republican Congress, were tax reform, regulatory reform, Obamacare, and judges. My view was if we could impact benefiting Texas, benefiting jobs, if we couldn't deliver on any, it'd be a heartbreaking missed opportunity. For much of last year, it wasn't clear which one it was going to be. But as the year came to a close, I think it was remarkable how much Republicans managed to come together and deliver. We saw an historic tax cut in December that's producing jobs all across the state of Texas. We're seeing regulatory reform in every cabinet agency. That, again, is producing jobs and economic growth. The energy and excitement I hear from Texas business owners is incredible as they're putting new capital to work, creating jobs and raising wages because of tax reform and reg reform. Obamacare, clearly the biggest unfinished commitment Republicans have. But it's worth noting, even on that, we did manage to come together and repeal the Obamacare individual mandate. I led the fight in the Senate for that to happen. 6 months ago, nobody thought we had a prayer of getting it done. And then in December, all 52 Republicans came together and delivered. That was a big, big deal, and we need to roll up our sleeves and finish the job. And then finally, judges. Judges have been an unmitigated success. Neil Gorsuch on the Supreme Court. And last year, we confirmed 12 Federal Court of Appeals judges. That's the most in the first year of a president's term in history. All of those are huge, huge victories, and what I'm continuing to urge my colleagues in the Senate, in the House, and the President, let's keep winning big victories. And I'll say we saw a big victory just today. As we're sitting here, the President is right now announcing we are withdrawing from the Obama-Iranian nuclear deal. That is exactly the right decision. I think that deal was profoundly dangerous to the United States. I think the President is to be commended for making the right decision. And if you look at our national security posture across the world, we are, number one, finally rebuilding our military after 8 years of it being weakened and undermined. And number two, we are seeing once again the enemies of America in retreat, whether ISIS or North Korea or Iran, in response to American leadership. I think peace through strength works. And I'm encouraged just a year and a half in the progress we've made, and we need to keep making it. And with that, Bill is looking like he wants to give me the hook.
Well, I do want to put, so would you have time to take like one question?
Yeah.
Because
You were the one that
I was just told that she was here and she wasn't. So I do want to give a shout out to Senator Cruz on one thing he's done for those of us, particularly in the Waco community. His office has worked very closely with our office in terms of trying to get the Central Texas VA to leave the PRP program or the PTSD residential. He's got some additional sticks that I don't have, and so it's good that our two offices are working together on this. So I'm profoundly grateful for that. It's the right thing to do for our veterans.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you for your leadership.
So,
all right, we got time for questions.
No questions.
The Secretary's not here yet.
There we go.
What concern do you have about the Iran deal being struck now, about destabilizing that region? I've seen a lot of stability.
Look, the question of stability, you look at what Iran has done since the deal. The Iran deal allowed billions of dollars to flow into Iran. In fact, the Obama administration flew it in the dark of night, $1.7 billion. What they've done is they've used those billions of dollars to export terrorism throughout the region. We've seen now Iranian proxies in Syria coming after Israel. In fact, we may well, that the risk of an Israel-Iran shooting war has never been higher than it is right now. We're as the direct result of the Iran nuclear deal. And for any of y'all, if you didn't see Prime Minister Netanyahu's speech last week, I would encourage you to actually take a minute, Google and watch it. Prime Minister Netanyahu gave a speech where he described the Israeli intelligence efforts where the Mossad captured over 100,000 secret Iranian documents. They're going to make a movie about this. I mean, this was an incredible intelligence operation. And what Netanyahu did, he was very much like a prosecutor presenting a case to a jury. He put up, number one, videos of the Ayatollah Khamenei, of President Rouhani, of Foreign Minister Zarif, saying, we have not sought nuclear weapons, we have never sought nuclear weapons. In fact, saying it would be against our religion to seek nuclear weapons, and we would consider it immoral. And then cut immediately to original Iranian documents, to original Iranian photographs, to original Iranian videos showing them for 20 years working to develop nuclear weapons. And the only conclusion from that presentation is that the Iranian nuclear deal was built on a mountain of lies. I think the president's decision today to withdraw is exactly right, to reimpose crushing sanctions. I think we should continue to work with our allies. Iran remains a dangerous regime that has billions of dollars flowing into it is even more dangerous. Dangerous is not only do you have unstable and unpredictable, but he's a religious zealot. So while John Kerry was negotiating the agreement, literally at the same time, the Ayatollah was walking out to assembled mobs leading chants of death to America and death to Israel. And that is empty puffery. And so I think the president is doing the right thing. I think our allies have been prepared for this for some time. And we need to use all of our tools, economic, diplomatic, and otherwise, to make sure that a radical religious zealot who pledges death to America never, ever, ever gets nuclear weapons.
Do you think Trump can get the Iranians to the negotiating table like he did with the North Koreans?
Maybe, but you know.
I mean, you got to have a deal. I mean, they have no deal now, so we still need to get something needs to be done.
You know, I'm reminded of, there was an editorial cartoon that had the Ayatollah Khamenei and John Kerry. And the Ayatollah said, "Death to America!" And John Kerry said, "Can we meet you halfway?" Fundamentally, when you have religious zealots who glorify death and suicide, there may not be a deal. It may simply be force and deterrence rather than a deal.
No deal.
Thank you very much.